Just realized I've been muted. So basically I'm working on combinations. So although you can stack all the different spell types together, there's not, there's not like inbuilt synergy. Obviously stuff like, I don't know, off the top of my head, lock that stops someone in place, and anything that's sort of like Earth probably have somewhat innate synergy. But obviously I have slots left. I can add an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on for all of them. So it'd be nice to just come up with some inbuilt synergies between certain spells. So for instance, the ones I was just playing around with were the Spectral, which summons, in base summons an Iron Golem, but then if you have Eldritch, it summons Guardians, and if you have Chaos, it summons Zoglins. Water would be another easy one to play around with, or was it just Eldritch? Eldritch summons the pufferfish, right? Yeah, so I could just add different fish on top of that. Granted, none of the other fish actually do damage, but I can do like frogs and axolotls. Axolotls heal, don't they, to some degree? We'll look up mobs. So axolotls, pass towards player, blah blah blah, give regeneration, and remove mining fatigue. Yeah. Then what could I use to summon axolotls? Probably earth. So if you have water and earth, you'll summon axolotls. Which one were we just looking at? This one. Also forgot, I should be adding this blacklist to everything. Since this will prevent spells re-triggering when they collide with something else. It's so many command blocks added though. I guess the particle one isn't horrendous. But I don't need these sound effects replaying. Realistically, I should just add it to all of them. And it's just copy and pasting. Not a big deal. Just blacklists the entities I'm summoning. Why does that seem longer? Right, because I'm using block. So the particle tab has extra writing. Too far. Do the shock charge. I did. I did that one. Rodent. I'm losing my place already. That one's done, that one's done. Only I'd thought about this beforehand. No way I could have though. Hey, fantasy. Okay, one row down. I'll do the sound effects when I do the sound effects. Trident. Oop, there we are. Yes, thankfully. Hopefully, this is the last time I have to work on it. Technically, I could just leave it as is and it is done. Every spell has a function, but I would like to make some synergy since I have the room available. So if you have certain combinations of spells, something extra will happen that's a bit out of the ordinary. I thought I already did. No, I'm thinking of the one up there. That's the one I had already done. Rodent. And right now I'm just making sure that the spells don't trigger too many times. So they should only trigger once per collision. What are you? Execute at area effect cloud, drowned. Right. That one's a bit interesting. But I'd done that with water. What are you? You're Earth. You are also Earth. Yes. And you were still Earth, but something else. This is... what is this doing? This is removing a whole bunch of stuff, isn't it? Yes, this instantly kills any projectiles. Oh, I'd already done this one. That's Eldritch, of course. Okay, perfect. Right, so we were going to do... if it has both Eldritch and tag equals C Earth, then we will summon axolotls. Entity... Instead of the run. So pufferfish, we want axolotls. Axolotl. Don't think I need to give the axolotls any special effects. Actually, no, I do. I want to give them the tag and definitely the death loot table. Okay, so we have Earth and Eldritch. We should summon axolotls. Means I need to make a new book. Mending. Eldritch. I only need really one, but oh well. And Earth. There we are. Spell time. Did I do everything at once? It did. Perfect. Never actually tried quick crafting. Okay. Then I also need lapis. Our resource. Summons a bit too many axolotls, to be honest. Like, the pufferfish are good, because obviously they despawn or they die, but the axolotls kind of just stay around. And this is what, one entity and it's summoned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, it's fairly simple to solve. We just change this. Instead of 0.5, we'll make it, I don't know, 2 blocks. And that should summon significantly less. Because they shouldn't be able to cluster. In most cases, they'll probably only summon one. Type equals axolotls. Well, it summoned two, which is fine too. One died because it's suffocated, or it got hit by the pufferfish, or the spell. Only thing is the axolotl will now trigger the spell. As in, like, casting the second time. It'll hit both. It still summons one axolotl. I'll decrease it. We'll try one block. See if that doesn't summon too many. We ended up with +1 still. Yeah, +1 is fine. Again, these are just like secret effects. They don't have to be overly good or bad. Just something special happening for running certain combinations. So one more slot for for Eldritch. What can we do? Where's my list? So Eldritch and Occult. That I would be tempted to summon a Warden. I feel like that might be a bit over the top. There's something else we can summon. But I mean, Eldritch and Occult seems like perfect for what the Warden is. Yeah, I thought of it. I might as well do it. But we'll give him the Death Loot table as well. Get rid of that so I can shift properly. Okay, so it has C, Eldritch, H, and C. Tag equals C, Alt. Unless. Can't type it all today. Entity E. Type equals the Warden. Within A. We'll make this one a bit more reasonable. We'll do a distance of like 10 blocks. As long as there's no Warden in 10 blocks, it's going to run. Summon Warden. 1, 2, 3. And we still want to tag him. And give him no loot. And I might also be inclined to decrease his HP. That's probably the easiest way to solve it. How much HP does a Warden normally have? They have... Yeah, they have 500. So I would definitely like to make a weaker version. That way it's not too OP, you're not summoning this Hulk of a creature. Even if I just give him like 20 HP. Right, yep. So 20 HP. Okay, now I can make the book again. It's the only annoying part. One of them, one of them. Eldritch, and Occult. I had Eldritch still. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Everything's on it. Perfect. Interesting. Why you no attack him? I thought you... Oh, and you used Pummel. You killed him. I thought they attacked... Oh, right, he's on silent. That makes sense. Dying Golem is silent, therefore the Warden has no recognition. Don't know why it's summoning multiple. Interesting. Probably gonna die. But I want to know why their AI screwed up. Oh, they are coming. Very slowly. So this is not the sort of effect I was going for. Let me read up on them. Wardens, blah blah blah, instead they blah blah blah, don't care about spawning. Behavior. Wardens can fit inside a note. Wardens immune to note. Wardens, whether anger or not, give darkness, that's what we saw. Keep track of how angry it is at each suspect. When the Warden notices vibration, adds anger to that mob. It adds 10 anger. And then what? 80 anger. Wow, its mechanics are a lot more confusing than I realized. Warden is biased towards player vibration, blah blah blah. Warden also enters its hostile state, adds 100 anger if attacked by a mob directly. The attacking player mob is... You know, it loosely works, but I need to just... I need to increase the HP a little bit. Make sure it survives. Yeah, if the pufferfish didn't die, I guess they would have made it aggressive. And this husk looks like it is. Guess not. I don't like the fact that they're just stationary. Well, phantoms, maybe? I guess that's in a different type of occult. What mobs are aggressive? Undead mobs, with the exception of attack able turtles. Nope. Withers, attack all mobs except undeads. Nope. Wither skeletons. No. Goblins are really the only thing that just attacks everything. Plus, like, the only real occultish thing would be... Well, I guess Enderman, maybe? I guess it's not... the cards. A bit too slow. I can't really balance them well. Oh well. Go ahead, and I can change this. If not a cult, is there a different combination that might be interesting? Eldritch and something. An easy one to do is just to add Siphon. So Siphon works by reducing HP and then providing a buff. So if I did Eldritch and Siphon, I could give, I don't know, like attack or water breathing maybe. It's kind of boring, to be honest. Eldritch and... I still have a bunch of status effects I can work off of as well. Let's just go look at the list. So I have Bane, Bifrost already used, Break, Armor Reduction, Break and Cleansing is probably going to have something. I need to write these down. So I've used Curse. I've not used Venom, I don't think. I've not used Toxic. I've not used Infest, although Infest is not one, I probably will. I have used Chilled, I have used Burn. Soul Siphon, not really. Bleed. Rot. Break. Bifrost I've used, and Bane I've used. So there's only actually 5 I've used. I'm just going to skip this one for now. Let's try and finish off these easier ones. So Cleansing. Cleansing is a nice easy one. So Cleansing and something adds Break. Probably Cleansing and Lock, maybe? Or Cleansing and Dark. Cleansing and Dark? Run. Tag. At E. Or equals nearest. Limit. Equal 1. If I've done this right, I should always just copy and paste. That's the right one, right? I didn't save it. Yeah, it's always annoying. Okay. Instead of life, we want break. I do call it break, right? Don't call it something dumb. Probably call it something dumb. Particles, size, iron, marked. I call it marked. Lucky I checked. Okay, but what one do we add to it? So cleansing and seed something. Again, thinking about our choices. Dark is probably makes the most sense. Like you're stripping away their armor. Yeah, sure. Also, fix this up. Alright, copy and paste. It's a lot easier. Okay, another one done. What's another easy one to finish? This one? What are you? Oh, you are fire. Fire and something. The obvious one is just to do fire and sulfur and do something like an extreme burn. Yeah. Simplest is always best. So fire. Add sulfur. Run, fill. Fire. Keep. How big do I want to make it though? Like a 5x5 area? And just try and ignite everything. Okay, these 3. We've got sulfur, void, frost. Frost is nice and easy because I can just don't really want to add it to spectral, but I just want to summon snow golems. So what could summon snow golems? Frost and mend, no. Heal, no. Chaos, no. Gravity, not really. Spectral is the only one that really makes sense because Spectral is summoning stuff. Void, sulfur. Void is just random teleportation. void and something. We mark them with glowing, so you can actually see where they teleport to. I like that one. Void. Not cleansing, probably pure. Run. Effect. Effect. Give. When was fire? Fire was up here. Glowing. 30 seconds. And hide particles. Okay, and you were sulfur. Sulfur. Sulfur and terraform, maybe? It is terraform. Terraform should be summoning TNT, if I remember correctly. Bifrost. Health boost. Bleed. But we're gonna have a few. Find it when I get to it. Sulfur. Sulfur and cleansing and heal them, maybe? Like a holy burn. You do that with mend. There's already a inbuilt synergy through the tag system with frost and any fire. Because if they get both burn and chill, they take damage like God of War. Sulfur and impact. To be honest, the most gimmicky one I can do is I can have something connected that summons more armor stands. Like instant re-explosion. That's probably not under sulfur. It's probably under death. Death and like impact. Sulfur and poison. Give everyone venom. No, it's probably hemorrhaging. Sulfur and first I probably just want to do a heal. That's not the right thing to copy. Sulfur and mend. Effect give E. And of course I picked the wrong one, like usual. Where's one to copy? I should just paste this too. I can just copy it off Word. It's the @E that I need to use. Effect give @E. Generation. I need to look at what mend gives. This is mend. Mend summons a area effect cloud that decreases with each use. So I'm right to give whatever. It's like 15 seconds of regeneration. 2. Okay. Getting somewhere. Gravity. Gives them levitation, gravity, and something else. And we just up the amount of levitation. It's really hard to figure out. Let's give Kllooooyy levitation. 128 or 127 should be the bad version. 128 should be negative, right? Yeah. Makes me fall a lot quicker. And you can't really jump. but I want to try less. Because it's now inverted, so the higher you get, the less of an effect it has. And remind me not to fall all the way down. You can fall from here, blah blah blah. Go back and forth. So what if we do like 200? I also don't know how much extra damage I'm taking. Zero makes you stationary or something, doesn't it? Like to 55 or 56 is the cap. Yeah. Okay, so this is nice and simple. We can have 3 different modes. Where is it? It's got the N though. So if you have gravity, and then you have void, run effect, give station for, I don't know, 30 seconds, 255. So like there, you're stationary. Or rather, you can float. Now, we'll make it a bit longer. But would I like that more accessible? So for instance, you cast it on yourself. If you cast it with Void, then you get teleported randomly. But then you... Yeah, so actually, here. I'll give you a minute of it. A minute's excessive. 30 seconds. But maybe instead of Void, we can do it with something else beneficial. Like Pure, so you heal and then you're also weightless. And then we're probably doing the same, or something similar with Void, where it just increases your full damage. Gravity. Effects, give E. Just copy it. Station. I guess I just do 128. Or 15 seconds. Would lock be better? I feel like lock would be better. You can't jump at all. 128. By... I was going to say the collision. The collision is too great, so you can't actually double jump to fly. If I make you 127, I go up, don't I? Yeah. At 255. At 255 is the floating. I have to wait 10 seconds. It's pretty cool though, just to be able to walk endlessly. Okay, this is like slow falling. Question is, can I jump with it though? You can, you jump and you glide. Ah, so annoying. I need to give small intervals, since I'm working with the inverted now. So 200 fall. At 220, still fall far less. 40, glide. 50, oh, that's the wrong way. 30, can't jump. I need to go back up to test the falling. I want the sweet spots. You fall quicker, and you can't jump. So I think about 230. Question is, what is the damage like? I didn't take any damage there. 20. Still didn't take any damage. Thought it was meant to amplify it. But it looks like it's giving me damage negation. Am I thinking about jump boost? We'll see what 128 does. Yeah, no, it's definitely negating the damage. You can test it like this, to be honest. Yeah. So I must be thinking of jump boost. In which case, do we want something else? Well, locking them out of jumping isn't too bad. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do 128 for like 15 seconds. Perfect. It's true. Another one done. What are you? Your impact. Impact summons fireballs. What else can it do? The insane variety would be to summon Prime TNT at the location of each fireball. So if you have both Impact and Terraform, then it runs execute at the type equals fireball. Right. Yep. Fireballs. I don't think I need a limit. And then we're just doing run summon TNT. Add coordinates with the correct NBT data. Granted, now I need to really find Terraform. Sulfur, Bolts. Should be near the top, to be honest. This is one of the later ones I worked on. Cleansing, Chaos, Pure, Eldritch, Occult, Mend, Terraform. Perfect. Okay. That's something. One done. Right, I spelled it right. Terraform. Yep, cool. What else? Impact and gravity? No. Impact and chaos, and instead of fireballs, it can summon wither skulls. I don't. Yeah. Or it would be a cult. A cult would probably be better in that scenario. Da, 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 da. Unlit entity. Go a bit further. Entity. Run summon. Instead of fireball, we do wither. Let's go. And with this one. And we need impact. And a cult. How many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oops, we've done over a third. Okay, what's this one? This one is Frost. Again, I know what I want to do, I just don't know which one to link it to. Do I just do spectral? I mean, that's like the easy way out. Frost. I can do it by memory. Unless entity at E equals snow golem. Distance equals .1. Run. Summon. Snow golem. What to tie it to? I just do spectral. No, because I want them to stick around too. Water? So frost and water. Kind of seems weird. Frost and earth. It's kind of more on point. Frost and pure. I think frost and earth. Okay. Bolt. Summoning a lightning bolt. Where can we go from there? If only you could do like colored lightning, I can make it special. Or like diagonal or something. Area effect clouds maybe, where the lightning bolt strikes. It's not a bad idea. Run, execute at the equals lightning bolt. I forget what distance I used for the other one. Just do 10. Run, summon. Well, it doesn't really matter where I stick the unless. Plus, lightning doesn't stick around for a huge amount of time. And I could just do like frost lightning. So an area effect cloud that slows. Yeah. So bolt, frost, bolt, and then what do I want the other ones to be? Area effect cloud that. Poisons? Not really, no. Area effect cloud that just fire. The only problem is I can't really do damage. I'd like a status effect. Area effect cloud that heals. No. Lock, gravity, void, occult, cleansing, poison, earth. To be honest, I haven't done much with poison. Okay, now I need my area effect cloud templates. This does not work because it does not have an effect. One on mend does, but is hugely too big. Okay, never mind. I have one on my sheet. I've looked. Granted, I don't need all the bits of data here. For instance, I don't want the radius to reduce. If anything, I want it to grow. Yeah. Make it grow. Every time it gets used, it increases in size. The reapplication delay can be a second. Or 3 seconds. That could be a second. And start off as 1 block. Duration. One's easy, it's snowflake. So at 60, it can reapply 30 times, which is way too much. 10 times means it grows up to 6 blocks. So that would be 200. Lasts for 10 seconds. 5 seconds maybe? We'll do 10 seconds. And now I need the ID for slowness. 2. Simple. Amplification. 5. Duration. As long as you're stuck in it, I guess. Okay, cool. I'm just going to copy it over so I don't have to edit it as much, because all we're doing is changing the effect. Duration. I need the comma as well. Reapplication, I need a delay. There we are. Okay, instead of snowflake, we do sneeze. Well, I'm not a big fan of sneeze in this sense. And then what? I give poison. Which again isn't too great because I'm already poisoning through poison. I'd rather it eat away at them. Maybe hunger. I think hunger is a decent one. Makes it more people oriented, which poison already is. Because a lot of mobs can't actually be poisoned. So 17. Nope, that was the wrong one. 17. 1 second. I don't know. We can try, actually. Don't know if it will decay. Let's give all hunger 1 second for 1 hunch. Yeah, so it's not going down. If I were to say increase it to 2 seconds, I should do half each time, right? No. So it is eating through my saturation, just not at a rate you can really tell. Wow, that's a lot of effects for it to do something. Increase it. So ideally, I'd like it to like destroy a haunch each time. There we go. It needs to be at 50. And even then, it's not a haunch every time. Oh well, 50 it is. Okay. Do slowness. Sneeze. Me. Lock. Right now, lock just locks them in place. What can we do with that? what can we actually do with that? We can do something with heal to get locked in place, but then you get a certain amount of healing, or they get locked in place. They get locked in place, and they... Well, I guess Frost is the big one, and you entomb them. So they get locked in place, and then they will essentially get Frostbite. But under what circumstances am I normally summoning Powdered Snow? I'm just summoning in one position. Okay, so that's an easy enough first one. Lock in Frost. Run, Bill. We'll do one in each direction. Make it a box. Snow, definitely keep. Then the second one. Lock and what? What? Lock and Siphon, maybe? But ideally for that, I'd like to. So, one applies an effect to the entity, and then the other buffs anyone nearby. Or if we do Siphon, we can make Lock... I can do this. I just have to wrap my head around it, because it'd be... Essentially what I would want is to keep refreshing the duration of the lock mechanism until X thing happens. Maybe the entity dies. Ideally, I'd still need a mechanism to take something from the entity, and that would be HP normally. I know Siphon gives absorption. Let me just do this. I need to find Siphon. If it does give absorption, then I can finagle it. And as long as you have a status effect, you're locked in place. It does. It gives absorption for 2 minutes. So for 2 minutes, you're locked in place unless you have milk or something. Or, obviously, you take enough damage and the absorption is worn off. So yes, I do like that. Siphon. Run. Execute if E NBT equals, this is the tricky part. I need to find this. Yeah, there we go. Wasn't too tricky. As long as they have an active effect, this next segment happens. Okay, so then we're doing run data merge entity at E tag equals lock, right? Yep, perfect. That makes it nice and simple. Sort equals nearest. Only thing is, this is not going to perpetually happen. It only triggers once, which is fine too. It just means I could, if they've got absorption, I can just extend it. It won't work how I think, where it keeps feeding into it because the first trigger mechanism isn't there, unless I come up with a different way. There's no way for me to really blacklist it to only people who have both Siphon and Lock. The only thing I could do is have it so as long as anyone has any buff, the lock just grows or stays, which isn't horrible. I don't mind that. I kind of like it tied to Siphon, but right now this whole first segment relies on the collision with the spell, and the spell obviously disappears after X time, which means that this first segment won't run, and if I just keep it as the execute if blah blah blah, then that also won't work as well because it'll just continue to re-trigger. The only way around it would be to tag them with Siphon, but then they'll consume an extra slot on Siphon. So it's not horrible. It just means with Siphon we're increasing the time, and that also means I don't have to do it convolutedly. I can just run data merge and increase the timing. Run data merge entity lock sort nearest equals 1. Is this the path or is it just NBT? It's just NBT. Which is fine because I'll just increase it. So instead of being 10 seconds, I will make it 30 seconds to get a big boost if you have Siphon. Okay. Ooh, dark. Right now, all it does is give blindness, which is no sprinting, no critting. I do like. But what else could we do to it? I mean, there's already good synergy with Void, because Void teleports them randomly. I'll be back. I'm gonna drink. Okay, what can we have Dark do? I'm gonna come back to that one. Death. Death just does a huge amount of damage and limits their HP by 20%. The only thing I can really think to add to it is just to increase it. Although I guess just more status effects. So if you have X, it can give a high level of withering, I guess. Is there a way to increase the amount of damage play takes? I don't think negative values of resistance work, right? Negative values, blah blah blah. What? Resistance reduces incoming damage by 20 times level, so at 5 it's max, it's fine. Except starvation, avoid such kill explosion. With extreme power levels. No, it's power levels. There we go. No. It'd be cool to have a way to make a play take more damage. To be honest, I'd be tempted just to zero a person's hunger. But I need to think about casting, so things that slow down the cast time. So for instance, gravity is a high cast time. Dark, death, obviously, we're already on it. Spectral, heal, earth, terraform, cleansing, pure, eldritch, occult. I mean, occult and just a high level of wither is probably an easy one to get away with. You know, it still makes some amount of sense. In fact, what does occult even do? Can't even remember. Mend, occult. Occult summons Evoker Fangs. Which means it's more like we're summoning something. Summon Vexes. But again, not enough entities attack one another. So I think just Withering. Yeah, just a high level of Withering. So, Death. Might as well just put them both. Don't have to worry about it. Death and Occult or Eldritch. Water, Sound, Dark, Lock, Bolt, Sulfur, Impact, Gravity, or Void. Death and Void. Reducing their hunger. Yeah, sure. Let's give. Question is, what level of hunger zeros your hunger without depleting it? When I say depleting it, I mean making it almost impossible for you to get it back. To be honest, I hate the way saturation works. It is such a dumb system to tie it to a fixed bar. So instead of having 10 characters, it should be like a progress bar. Or even just a number. Because of the fact that you can go above the bar and below the bar. Hunger increases food exhaustion by 0. Blah blah blah. Level per game tick, yeah, it's fine. That removes 1 hunch saturation point every 40 divided by level. So at level 40, it's 1 hunch per second, or should be. Which I kind of call BS, because 50 does a bit more than that. But anyway, if we go off that, then we need to do 20, so we need it at, level like 200. Right. Effects, give saturation, second. Okay, so it's 40 per half a hunch. So 80 per hunch. So you need to do 800, which is impossible, because obviously the max is 255. Right, 256 doesn't even work. Okay, we'll just see how much this drains. No. No, in a second. 2 seconds? 2 seconds it does work, but again, my saturation is... was above the cap. What about at 1 second now? Does it drain a decent amount? Kinda does. But I would definitely need to do it for like 3 seconds to zero them. start taking damage, right? Yeah. What's it called? It's beef, isn't it? Cooked beef. Give me a whole stack. So technically now our saturation is 2 over. That's like we have 12. 3 seconds. So at 3 seconds it does 5.5. Right. We do it again. No, that zeroed us the second time. I just have to make 3 seconds. 2 seconds doesn't make sense. Because it seems sort of pointless to not zero someone's hunger. In fact, I should make it more. Like it's guaranteed to debilitate their hunger. The other issue, though, is I don't want it too extreme. So even at 5 seconds with our oversaturation, that didn't work. If I do something ridiculous, like 10 seconds. We eat, it just gets decayed, right? Basically, yeah. But you can't go extremely under, can you? Like right now, I still gain 4 hunches back. I'll wait till it runs out. Yeah, you still gain 4 back. So if anything, you might as well make it so they can't gain food for a decent amount of time, like 15 seconds. After all, it is death. Void. Oh, that's already there. And true. So for 15 seconds, they can't get anything extra. And then I will just do a cult. And withering. I also have to look this one up to see what the extreme is. So at higher than 5, it does the same amount. It does 5 hearts every second. We don't want. We probably want it at 3, 2 hearts every second. For like 5 seconds. Sorry, 2 HP. So that's 5 hearts. No, that's... No, I'm confused. This is a very confusing grid. At level 3, it is 1 heart per second. Why not just make it consistent? Everyone, we understand that it's 20 HP, but yeah. Enough griping. So, if we did it for 10 seconds, they die. They didn't heal or anything. Which is, like, on point, because they're death. But then they're also taking massive damage. But we also do play around the fact that a lot of people have higher HP, because there's ways to easily increase your HP in this. Maybe 8 seconds? Or just 5 seconds? Yeah, I'll just do 5 seconds. 5 seconds, level 2. 5 seconds, level 2. Which is level 3, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Hemorrhage. Bleed effects. This will most likely just be extra statuses. So, for instance, if you do hemorrhage and dark, maybe mining fatigue, I hate spelling this. M-O-Rich. Please tell me that's correct. Do it like this. Pretty sure it's correct. Just in case. Effect, give my little extra thingy. Craft. Yeah. So I can figure out the effects before we do anything. Burning already gives weakness. Not too worried about weakness. Frost already gives slowness. So we can play around with nausea. After all, you are bleeding out. And mining fatigue. That's the only other one we can really mess with. Yeah. At least that makes this easy enough. So mining fatigue and nausea. Nausea is very annoying, to say the least. What does its increase do? Nausea causes blah blah blah. The level has no impact. It's only about the timing. So 10 seconds, 0, then mining fatigue. Decreases attack speed by 10% per level. More insane calculations. Let's just do 15 seconds. Mining fatigue 5. 50%. So it halves your attack speed and your mining speed. But now what to tie it to? Eldritch. Since, you know, the Elder Guardian gives it. And then nausea can be dark. Heal. Health boost. Plus it heals you, obviously. So resistance is what comes to mind. There's no other really good ways to heal. Absorption as well. Luck, maybe? I mean, pure and something will probably give luck. Heal. Water? I mean, mend is a simple one. Dark, impact, bolt, mend, frost. No. So I should think about it in a different sense. You're healing yourself, and then you want to give yourself some sort of detriment for an improved effect. So for instance, frost gives you chill, and obviously someone's powdered snow. So if we were to heal and frost, to also get resistance, that would be a decent like compromise or cost to it. So I have to think about these and their use on yourself more than anything. Most likely be resistance to 30 seconds, something like that. So resistance 3, 9, do 20 seconds. Otherwise it's a bit extreme. Mend can have the positive other buffs like haste or strength. Fire gives weakness. So along with weakness, you get fire resistance. Probably the simplest heal. Fire resistance. And actually, I might change frost for water breathing with water. Run effect. Give. There are easier ways to get resistance in this. Resistance for 60 seconds. Level 5 group. And this can be water breathing for 60 seconds. Instead of frost, we do water. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, terraform. Summons gravity. Void is definitely an interesting one. I don't know what will trigger first. If it will do what I want it to do, which is to like fill in the space. The only issue with fill is you can't blacklist, right? If I do fill, so say I did air. Place or destroy. Destroy you can set, no. Keep you can't set. Replace you can, but you can't blacklist, which is the whole thing. Because I would ideally like it to fill in everything but, say, bedrock. That's one thing to keep in mind, is I don't want people having a easy way to get to the void. Well, I mean, there's no like issue with it. I mean, for the most part, I assume Mojang just did that so people don't fall out of the world. Do I just do that? Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll continue with the setup. Boom. Boom. Okay. And also, what size to use would be the big thing. Already done death too. Terraform and X. There's one secret one I just want to do. If you have both pure death, it should balance out. I want it to summon more spell armor stands. In fact, I want it to run in a fixed sense. So it collides with something, it then runs, executes. run execute at e limit equals 2. So just a slight multiplication. Sort equals random. Distance definitely needs to be set 5. And then run summon. And then I just want to copy over fixed. Should be this one. It'll be fun to copy. Stand to tags. Probably have this on a worksheet somewhere, but I can't be bothered trying to find it. Particles, I've got the dots right. Yep. Need the dots this time though. The I. So from the S. Perfect. And technically this won't work unless you recast or you have someone casting with you. So it only works in tandem. It's kind of a dead ability otherwise. But I think that's part of the fun. Oops. Because essentially they won't have any tags on them unless you're casting. The arm stands will just be blank spells, so you won't even notice they're there. It'll just be a secret interaction. Okay, back to terraforming. So I definitely think it should be paired with void. Let's just run build. How big is too big? 3x3. -2 is a 5x5, right? -3 is 7x7. -4 is 9x9. If you know the reference, kudos. Yeah. And it will just be destroy. That way you get all the drops. Or is that too powerful? A 9x9 clearing spell. Granted, it does have to hit something. That's a big hang up. And then as for the other one, what do we have? We have sound, we have occult, we have cleansing, chaos, hemorrhage. Fire, water, eldritch, heal, mend, frost. Frost, do the same, but just replace every block. Bolt, impact, void, lock. I can use lock. And then teleport every ground item nearby. No, in which case we want gravity. Yeah, gravity, run, TP, E, equals item, sort. Always remember the Minecraft, just in case they change it to mess with you. Distance equals ... What's a fair range? Like 10 blocks? So, although technically this might mean they get blown up. My hope is the TNT explodes since the fuse is on 1 tick anyway, and it should go this tick and then this tick. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't need to worry about facing. Okay, chaos, pure, Eldritch, Cult, and Mend. Well, Mend is the easy one. I just wanted to summon status effects. In fact, I'll probably use the same threshold, where it places an area effect cloud that can be used up. Does this give... No, this gives 3 seconds. That almost got me. I hope this is 3 seconds. I'm pretty sure this is in ticks. So regeneration for 3 seconds. But what do I use? Ideally, what was I meant to give? I was meant to give haste and speed. I'll just do the area effect clouds, and then I'll worry about which tag goes with what. Mend. This has the unless though, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It's a bit annoying. Yeah. Also means I need to go look at one of the other ones, because I definitely didn't do an unless statement on it. From NBT. Do I know if I have the comma? I do, thank God. An area effect cloud. Gotta love copy and paste. Only this box is bigger. That'd be the only other benefit. After ID. I think we're just a bit short on. Yep. It was on use radius, so it's just this. No, it's not even. It's just 0.5 bracket. Still copied it. It's fine. Okay, before we tinker with that, I need to figure out which one it was. That summons the area effect cloud. It was Bolt. Bolt. Why did I mark you? I don't know. Do not know. Bolt was higher, wasn't it? Block. Raw. Ugh. Death. Sound. Fire. Dark. Block. Bolt. We only want some once. 60 T. Bolt. Effect cloud. Let's copy this before we lose it. Let me mark this so I know where I'm going back to. I just want to copy the unless statement. That's particle and distance. Particle for this one is snowflake. And the particle for this one is sneeze. Plus XD at E. Okay, copied it. Sneeze. Right, we'd skip to mend. Still nice and easy. Instead of 3 seconds, that would be 30 seconds. I'm also happy with. No. Yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds I'm happy with. So, speed. Speed what? Speed 5 and strength 5. And strength. Strength is 5. And then pure can have haste and luck. Yeah. No, but I already did death. I'm pretty sure I've got 2 more slots. It's both death and that were only their effects. Okay, so what combo do we want with strength? Again, if we think about, doing damage to yourself, obviously I don't want fire because it gives weakness, so it sort of messes about. Eldritch summons Fangs, Siphon. Don't mind Siphon. Trading your attack. Terraform, you'd blow yourself up. Poison, you poison yourself, no. Earth, I'm pretty sure it's just damage. Impact, fireballs, and no. Dark, no. Sound is just annoying. I think we're doing Siphon and something for speed. Probably Sulfur. So, Siphon. And then I do need to change the particle effects as well. It's Soul Fire Flame, I believe. Soul Fire Flame. And then this is Shulk Charge 1. Hate having to look it up. Come on. Yeah, it's Shulk Charge 1. Knew it. But I didn't prove it. I just trust my gut. Cult, Eldritch, we're leaving, Pure. Yeah, so I still have 2 slots, which is perfect. I want to do Luck, and I want to do Haste. So at least this one's nice and easy, I don't have to worry about effect clouds. Pure. Effect, give. Effects, give. That could be luck. 30 seconds, minutes, probably a minute. Minutes, and then what? We'll stick with our normal ranges and we'll do 4. Then this one can be haste. For nope. 30 seconds. Am I doing a minute or 30? I already forgot. We'll do 30 seconds. You have to recast, which makes it all around like 20 seconds. Given the casting time. Okay. So what should give us haste, right? Probably thinking fire. Chaos, no. Spectral, Pure, Death, Sulfur, Gravity. Should be looking at ones that are still a decrease in speed. Gravity, Impact, Void, Bolt. Dark, Sound, Death, Water, Heal, Earth. Do I just do Water and Earth? No. No, I think Fire. If you ignite yourself on fire and give yourself weakness, you get haste. For luck, dark, like you're siphoning away the purity. I don't know. I don't know. What one did I skip? I skipped Chaos, Eldritch, Occult, and then... What was the last one down here? Right, Dark. Well, actually, an easy one on Dark is just to do Soul. For instance, if you were to do Dark and Sulfur, let me copy it completely. So this, we need to look at what it is. Bone, right? Right. Because I had made the bosses before I thought about tying it into status effects. Bone. And then the other one. I do like using break. Which break was marked. Really write these down as they are. So dark and void to give break. Yeah, sure. Marked. Perfect. And then there were 3. Even better that, there's only what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 combinations to think of. What do we have? We have Chaos, Eldritch, and Occult. Chaos, I would like to do something about the plague. Haven't utilized that. That is a really fun mechanic. It spreads like wildfire. Obviously, chaos is chaotic. It'd probably be chaos and death, right? I didn't do that already in some different way. Spread the plague, bridge, water, splits up, down. The one that has a single on the right hand side, no left hand side. None of them do. It's the only one that does. This is pure, this is Eldritch. Very single on that side, so it's one of these. Death. Combinations for death were Void and Occult. Perfect. Chaos and Death. Now I need to find fire. Or any that just have the tag. In fact, it itself had one. This is plague. Okay. And then lastly, chaos. So just to get rid of them so I don't reuse them. So I have venom, toxic, and rot. Not going to worry about infect. Infect summon silverfish, and that's meh. Chaos. We'll blanket, just so I don't forget. Eldritch will probably give venom. What's this one? Alright, axolotls. So, Eldritch and poison. Give venom. Done. We have the Colt. Halt and poison, and give toxic. Then if you have all three, you just completely status the person down. I don't know. Occult and poison is what I said. Run. Toxic. Or do I want rot? I don't remember which is really worse. I think that's fine. I think there was some like tentacle-y thing. I mean there is, but it doesn't do anything. Still like the idea of summoning more stuff, but yeah. Occult and Siphon give experience. Occult and Sound do something. No. Occult and Heal? No. I think that's good enough. Occult and Siphon, or even Chaos and Siphon. Which would I rather? Probably Occult and Siphon. Like you're draining them. Or we summon something. We just summon like skeletons. Summon wither skeletons or something, so like it's like necromancery. Necronomic? Is that a word? Occult and what? Popped in my head first. I'm just gonna run with it. Occult and Siphon give experience. Run. So I need to do the unless first. Orbs. Distance, dot 1. Summon. I have to set it though, don't I? So that's the wrong one. Yeah. Is it value or level? Let's look it up. Age, count, value. It is value. Do they default to something? I need to look that up now. Well, not look it up, I need to test it. Got 29, summon, experience orb, and we're just below that little bit. No, so I do have to set the value. Yeah. Right. One doesn't seem like it's too much. Value 1, age. No, so it's fine. Ooh, one left. And of course, just all the sound effects. That's not a big deal. Chaos and something do something. Chaos and void make things swap positions. The problem with that is they still cluster around X thing. So for instance, well yeah, I might as well have it out. So if you use TP, and we do @E, what we can do is we can do limits, I know, say 3, sort equals random. So now it randomly picks 3 different entities. We then teleport them to another entity. @E, we have to do limits, which is fine. Sort equals random. So it teleports 3 random entities to 1 random entity. But then they all cluster to the same random entity. The alternative way that I just thought of, if we execute @entities, and here we set a limit of equals, say, 5, run TP. It will then pinpoint 5 different entities and teleport 1 entity around them to 1 entity also around them. And I think that chain is then fine. You just have to distance equals, and I need my normal. Except instead of this limit, it should probably be 5 random teleports. It's fine. Won't target the spell, which is what we want. We also don't want nearest, we want random, but we want to set a distance of, say, 20 blocks. And then from each of those, it will pick 1 entity within 20 blocks from them. You teleport to another entity within 20 blocks from them. And it'll do that 5 times. So do once at every entity. And then this should be like a random cluster of teleports. Not 200, that would be bad. And they both have limit 1, right? I did it correct. Yes, perfect. And we have Chaos. And we have Void. And almost impossible for me to test out the combinations. So I should have been doing them as I was doing it. It's not a big deal. Pretty sure I've done them all, so they'll work. 80%? 80% sure. Okay, so spells are finally done. We now just have to do the sound effects. Definitely don't want to accidentally destroy any blocks. Perfect. First thing I need to do is I need to add in that additional blacklist. So fishies all the way to spectral zonglids. And then from tridents. And it doesn't like it for some reason. There's a gap or anything. Nope, I accidentally clicked on tridents. 1, paste. 1, paste. 1, paste. Ugh. Now we have to think of a correct sound effect for all of them. Some of them are pretty simple, because like Bolt summons lightning, so we can just use the Trident's channeling sound effect. Frost or freezing, I think the perfect one to use is always the Stray Convert sound effect, because it's like ice cracking. But then ones like Death and Spectral, I have no idea what to use. Well, actually, I can use the Evoker's Summon. And then I'm sure I can get away with different entity sounds. Well, cleansing though. Oof. Pure, also no idea. What sounds pure? Eldritch, at least I can pull from like the Elder Guardian. Mend is also kinda weird. Yikes! Let's just get cracking. Player. Hurt, freeze, no, level up, splash. Splash, maybe? Since it is the dolphin look anyway. Sure. Occult. Witch sounds. What comes to mind straight away? Throw, shoot, no. Celebrate, eh. Drink, ambient, death. It kind of needs to be like a action sound. I mean, the wither shoot isn't bad, but it's not really a culty. Endermites, what do they have? Steps, nope. Teleport, nope. Ender pearl throw. Maybe. No, because that's literally just the arrow sound effect. And with that, just with a little bit extra. That's just the fireball sound effect. It's also not really usable. I mean, we already used cast spell on our base spell. This is a sound effect when it hits. That's the big thing. So when the occult sound effect hits, what sound should it make? Don't hate it, but it's not really great. I mean, that's perfect for like water, to be honest. Thanks. We'll do that. We'll do them by ones that I can do easily. And then come back to the ones I don't know. Poison, don't know. Gravity, don't know. Well, Shulker hit should be fine. Impact, nope. Frost is entity. I don't know if it's under skeleton. It is under skeleton. Void, don't know. Sulfur, don't know. Bolts. Right, the channeling. It should be item. Radiant. Thunder. Block, don't know. Dark, don't know. Fire extinguisher is done. Roar is done. Death, don't know. Well, death can just be the wither sound effect. I mean, that's kind of a culty. Spectral, don't know. Siphon, don't know. Water can be the witch sound, the witch drink. Say H. Witch, drink. Hemorrhage, don't know. Heal, don't know. I mean, Earth can just be literally any block breaking sound. I might as well just make it cobble. It's not called cobble. Oh, it's at the end. Okay, so if we right, no, it's block dot. Yeah, I guess stone maybe is the same. Yeah, must. Terraform, don't know. Cleansing, don't know. Chaos, don't know. Pure, don't know. Hey, Swix, Happy New Year. Eldritch just be like Elder Guardian or something. Elder Guardian Curse. That'll probably do. Yeah. And then Occult. Occult, I think, with a spawn sound effect is fine. I still have so many to decide what is reasonable. I mean, technically Terraform doesn't need one because it's got the explosion sound. Spectral kind of does. I think we can tap into the Evoker. Yes, summon. Siphon, don't know. Dark, don't know. Lock. Sulfur, something to do with a blaze. Burn, shoot. Can't really hear anything. I mean, that's just fireball sound. And it doesn't really work. Because it needs to be... It's a sound effect at the end, when it hits, not when you actually cast. Yeah, I guess the ambient sound's not too bad. That also makes me want to rethink death, if I've done it. So I think that was with a shoot. Water was drink potion, that's fine. It's off. Yeah, it can't actually be. Can't be the shoot. The actual death sound effects might be fine. The death. And it's not horrible. It's very deathy. Impacts. Also doesn't really need a sound effect because it has the fireballs. But it should just be like a hard knock sound. Don't think anvil break. I think anvil break's going to be too metallic. Or sound like nothing. I mean, sounding like nothing's fine too, because again, it's got the fireballs. Void. This is teleportation, so Enderman. Teleport, that's fine. Lock. Yes, it's going to be something to do with the shulker. I can feel it. Shulker. Not teleport. Open, maybe? Even... No, open definitely sounds better. Dark. Definitely have to pull from the warden. Or Phantom, maybe. That was also not the entity. The entity might sound a bit different. Yeah, it sounds completely different. It sounds, actually sounds a bit better. I am finally done with my magic system. I can't remember what you saw last, what I was up to. Essentially, I've done all these spell effects. I've done a few select spell combinations. So, besides their base effects just merging, there's a few secret ones that actually have a higher level of synergy together. And now I just have to come up with the appropriate sound effect for each of them. Which is always the annoying part. Because Minecraft does not actually have like a diverse sound effect base. They're very, very similar and very specific. It's kind of hard to make it your own thing, and especially not to try and confuse the player. We're doing our dark spell. Swoop. I mean, that's kind of dark. Oh, that one was fine. Swoop. Siphon. Don't really have anything that steals. We do have the Guardian Beam, don't we? I feel like this is going to be too intense because Siphon is very much like a self ability, and it's mostly positive, so I don't want a highly negative sound associated with it. Hey, Mindstone. I mean, that's not horrible. Hemorrhage. I'm feeling the Hoglin or Zoglin, but not really. I mean, like, what in Minecraft sounds like a bleed effect or hemorrhaging? For me, it is 10 minutes away. In 10 minutes, it'll be the new year. The Mindstone. Because I just realized, Swix, you're on YouTube. Mindstone, you're on Twitch. So you can't see that the other one is typing. And there may be a bit of confusion. But yeah, 10 minutes till, well, 9 minutes now. Till New Year's. Heal. 9 hours. Oh, so you're somewhere between here and the US. Because the US is, what is that? 15 hours, right? Did I do my math right? So if you're only 9 hours... No, China? No, China's too close. Germany. There you go. You beat me to it. I was going to have some fun. Healing. Maybe a player sound effects? Eating, splashing. No worries, Mindstone. What sound? Okay, that was quick. What effect sounds like healing? I mean, obviously there's the potions, but it's not really magic-y. See what it sounds like. Pollinate. Yeah, it's super low for me. It's not very. Oh, Netherlands. Ah, both of you are European. Interesting. Yeah, for healing. A sound effect for healing. But obviously a magical sound effect. Not not just like a potion chug sound effect. Item taken? I mean, that's not horrible. It's a bit jarring. That's a bit better. Entity player level up with a pitch. Oh, I'm both on YouTube now. Yeah. Up. See this is there a way I can set the pitch without setting the volume? Because that's like the only annoying aspect for me, is if I mess around with pitch changes, I have to set the volume, and I don't like doing that because doesn't it override a player's volume? I do like the ting, and then what? I just play it safe and I do like 50. Although, that would actually be better for pure. Considering I have no idea what else I would use. Pure. Player dot. Also, Swix, the amount of times I've run out of lapis in my inventory and thought something's broken. Ooh. Ah, okay, so you can't go lower than the default volume. Interesting. Yeah, I also wish, Mindstone, that you could go above the pitch. Because, like, yeah, it's easy to see, like, you try and type in any high number and nothing works. For whatever reason, it's just 0 to 2, which is kind of weird. That you can't, tweak it more so. Okay, and then I think for heal, I'll go back and I'll use the ally. Actually, what was the other one to try? Beacon. beacon. We'll get rid of the pitch for now. See, if you could tweak the speed, then activate would be decent. Ambient is definitely too long. Deactivate does not sound like anything helpful. I mean, power select is okay. At a higher pitch. Again, this works better for a different one. Like that, instead of the Evoker's casting for Spectral, I think would be better. Block dot beacon power select. One. I used two, right? Yeah. So the way the lapis cost works is it's one per each spell type. So I think the maximum book size is going to be 6. So you can have one cast type and then 5 spell types. So 5 would be the maximum cost. I do have a monstrosity of a book that is every spell type together. The only thing is, if I want to play around with this, I kind of need to turn off Terraform, since Terraform causes explosions. For some reason, I feel like I did not do this right, but I did. Okay, we're actually still on heal, which I suppose I will go with the ally. Entity dots. Do I want given or taken? Got the end. Yeah, I don't mind that. Probably taken. Taken on pitch 2. Taken. Pitch 2. Okay, so we still have Terraform, Cleansing, and Chaos. Oh, and did I miss one? Hemorrhaging, right. Hemorrhaging. I guess just like a hit sound effect. Maybe the sweep sound effect on a lower pitch, so it's a bit more oomph. Or weak attack. You can't go negative, no. Can you do points? You can do points, interesting. So you can do it all the way up to 2. Yeah, the more you know. On the minimum volume. Attack, no damage. I guess that, the hemorrhage. Not great. Not horrible. Okay, 3 left. Cleansing, Chaos, and Terraform. I mean, Terraform already has the explosive sound effect. It's not like I need anything crazy. Welcome back, Mindstone. We're up to Terraform, which is essentially, it just summons Prime TNT. Blaze, no. Cats, chicken. The warden has a dig sound effect, doesn't it? That's so weird at high pitch. Only problem with this is it's so slow. Like the TNT would have exploded by the time the sound effect's done. Is merge quicker? No, merge is no quicker. Simply because the animation time is so slow. Otherwise they'd be pretty decent. Attack, in fact. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. I should actually try the digs. I think I tried it too, did I? Well, it's not horrible. Emerge is definitely too slow still. We'll do dig. Two left. Chaos, I actually think I'm happy with the attack. Get one. It's New Year yet? It is. I missed it by 2 minutes. Yeah. Happy New Year. Unfortunately, where I am, there is no fireworks whatsoever. Sounds like slime or something. The emerge, right? But yeah, it is very, like, spongy. But, like, the next closest thing would be just the straight-up explosion sound effect. Which, again, there's no point. It'd just be doubling it up. Oops. This was meant to be in chaos. Okay, and then there was one. Cleansing. With a break block. Yes, I completely forgot about them, because obviously they need a universal sound effect, so they don't just trigger. Yeah, that's already much better. Yeah. Good job, Swix. With a break block. Okay, cleansing. So cleansing gets rid of every effect the player has. It also deletes projectiles. So I'm kind of feeling like the beacon deactivate sound. Just it strips away, or even the conduit. The conduit sounds like. But it's got the water. No. Not that one. What about just the beacon? Definitely better. Yeah. Okay. Kind of want to try this. At the same time, I know Terraform is gonna get me. So I really don't want to damage the world around me. I suppose I can repair this. But, yeah, well, it's actually probably time for me to clean this up anyway. Alright. I need a full stack. The lag with this book equipped already is horrendous. I mean, we're like just approaching the bad, and then We equip it, and ooh, we're in the red. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna back up my world. Just in case this goes horribly wrong. Plus, it's been ages since I've actually made one. The last time I did one was about 2 months ago. We can call it 0.03. Okay, let's see what every spell does in unison. It takes about 50 seconds to cast, which is perfect. Like the slowest cast time. We've got all our particles going. It should cost... doesn't cost that much. I think it costs like 26 lapis to cast. Interesting spot. Oh, there's still... yeah. Alright, I have levitation, that's why I can't fly. But actually, it wasn't as horrible as I thought it would be. I mean, it cleared, it teleported, gave us a bunch of different effects, slowness. It put the Iron Golem in the wall. So that was every single spell combination altogether. What exactly happened? Well, hard to say. I know TNT summons. Yeah, we'll go with it. It made a giant hole. Are you done yet? You're never gonna die because you're gonna heal. Let's go get a different spell book and try to move him. I want Void. Cleansing, Cults, there we are. It also didn't consume as much lapis as I thought it would. No player was found. Right, because it lagged it out. That's actually interesting. So because of the tick lag, the command blocks didn't all activate in unison. Ooh. No, I don't know if I can reach you from here. If this hits, he should teleport away. Perfect. Okay, not so much. He just teleported here. He's probably just going to teleport around here. Yeah, big boom. He's probably still somewhere here. Yep. Alright, sorry pal. Yeah, you can try and follow me. Yeah, any entity. I do have a... yeah, stuff is destroyed as well. I do have a lot of cleanup to do, eventually. Oh, there it is. And there's like a wither skull here. Why are there snowballs? Interesting. Oh. Off the item frame. Skulls. It'll most likely just kill any entity. We'll bring him back, and we'll play around with the spells for a bit. We can put him over here. I don't feel like rebuilding. I need to delete it anyway. Okay. I want to keep this book. I don't think I grabbed an extra copy of it. I'm actually really happy though that this is done. The spell system is fully functional. Everything works. Casting the Omega spell didn't actually crash the game, so that's really good too. I feel like I saw them swap places when I was over there. Alright, let's go over the system from the start, just for anyone who's interested. So, you need obsidian block, and then 4 enchanting tables to start crafting magic. You then need a ender crystal, which are craftable, so that's fine. And you also need to unlock the different casting types. So, Heart of the Sea unlocks ocean or water spells. Totem of Undying unlocks the overworld spells. The Nether Star obviously unlocks the nether spells. And the Elytra unlocks the end spells. And then all 4 unlocks every spell. There's quite an easy way to shorten the death animation of entities. If you do add death time to NBT data, works as well, but don't do anything over 20 seconds. But how would you run it? Would you just have a command block constantly going? Because that seems very bad. Well, I guess one in the grand scheme of things, I have tons of command blocks checking every entity all the time. Only need 1 of each, but obviously they stack. Okay, so you laid out your 4 enchanting tables, your obsidian block, end crystal. You then need to unlock each magic type, so ocean, or water, I should say. Well, ocean, I prefer ocean. Overworld. Nether. And end. And then also the top. And then, to craft your spells, you need name tags, and you need enchant books. Just literally add the NBD data of a mob and don't do anything else. Ah, okay, you mean in the game files. So just in base, that's the death time. So as soon as they get the death time data tag, it automatically jumps up to 18 or 19. And then I'm assuming they finish at 20, so that's why you're using 18 or 19. I mean, it would clear entities a lot quicker and allow for a higher amount of entities, as well as more crazy effects, essentially, that would just kill a bunch of mobs at once. Again, I am trying to avoid editing game files or data packs for now. But yeah, to craft the spells, so name tags, these are your charms, and then your mode of casting is determined by the enchanting book. So infinity is direct or a straight line. Channeling, I can't remember. I know multi-shot is burst. Channeling is AoE, there we go. Channeling is AoE, Silk Touch is self, and Mending is fixed. So fixed means it automatically targets X entity. I think fixed is the one I prefer. And then to actually craft the spell books, you need a book, you need some feathers, and you need some glowing sacks. So you go over to your little end crystal, drop the book, feather, and glow sack. It gets crafted into a basic spell tome, which has 2 slots. You can then go ahead and grab out a shard of power, which I should probably go over how to craft, because I've never actually done that, but it's fine for now. Basic tome, sorry, it needs to be in the nexus. Book, shard of power, and our basic tome is now an advanced spell tome with 3 empty slots. Okay, so I just added to that. Well, I'm gonna have to pass on that one for this build. I don't think I want to retroactively go and edit everything, to be honest, and add that in. That is something very helpful for me to write down for future projects. Okay, so we have our spell tome with 2 slots. So with our name tags, we can do combination spells now since we have 2. I also want to do mending. So drop your advanced spell tome, your mending book. They get merged together, and we now have our incantation fixed. So this will automatically target your spell on the nearest entity. Now, what spell types do we combine? what's something interesting that I did? I think Spectral and Eldritch, maybe? I'm also just gonna do this a couple times so we can make a few. Yeah, I think we'll do Eldritch and Spectral. So Anvil, you just name it the spell type, so Spectral. This way it consumes experience and also gives the Anvil a much greater use. And then Eldritch. You go ahead and you want to drop your spell tome onto the Nexus with your charms, get crafted, and you now have a spell tome with fixed, charm, Eldritch, and charm Spectral. So this is fixed, so as long as we're in, I think it's 10 blocks. I honestly can't remember at this point what the range I set. And of course, you need Lapis, I always forget. Book in your offhand, Shift. You'll get particle effects, you also get some rings of the enchant particle, and then you'll cast, and Spectral summons a bunch of stuff. His HP bar is also out of 1,000, so each of those little notches is 100. So we're doing probably 20 damage a cast, maybe a bit less, which is still pretty good, considering this isn't a hostile mob. Oh, dynamic. Not the best way to call it. it's far from dynamic. I use a 3 command block system, and essentially, see the empty slot? This is how I fake it being dynamic. So the incantation gets added to the bottom, and then the top slot gets removed. So I don't have a book anymore. A book with 3. Yeah, so on this, not really a great way for me to mouse over. But yeah, so the first empty slot gets deleted, and then the tag gets put in. So first, I'm making sure that there is an empty slot. That's my requirement for it to be dynamic, quote unquote. And then if it finds that empty slot, it deletes it, and then the next chain command block is conditional, so that then puts in the lore tag that I want underneath or at the very bottom, and then I can continue that cycle until the empty slots are deleted. Yeah, of course. It's all here. Data packs. Yeah, data packs are next time. Let me get that out of my hand. Where does it start from? Okay, so it starts from here. So what are we doing? Execute at entity. We're making sure it has that empty slot, and then we're modifying it. I actually give it the bottom lore tag first. And then this one removes the slot. There you go, so slot 0. So it always removes that first slot. But it'll only ever remove empty slot, and obviously it can't add the other lore tag unless there is empty slot. But I thought it was a good system. It's what I also do with the with the dragon hide for the archers tabs. Granted, that's far, like, this was the trial run, you could say, and then I really went ham on the spell system, so you can really make combinations. And this way, I can essentially give the book I can give the player a book with as many empty slots as I want, and they can customize it through this other system as much as they want. I thought that was just a really fun idea. Then that way they obviously have, 5 spell types to play around with and 25 actual spell types. Sorry, 5 casting types, 25 spell types to play around with. Yeah, nothing wrong with Gamer Geeks is the one I used when I was first starting out. In fact, I still have the tab save. I use it whenever I want to quickly look up, like, data conditions. what is MC Stacker? Because I've been told that multiple times, and I've never actually looked into it. It's just another command generator, right? See, I don't like UIs like this. Like, it's good to have all the options, but at the same time, having so many options it's just bad, in my opinion. Because if you're gonna invest the time to learn this or their system, you might as well learn the actual basic system. Like you said, Swix, to actually learn how the outputs and everything mesh together. Because then you can get more and more complex. I mean, like, these three straight away show you my growing complexity. Because this was the first time I did like this mechanic was with the status effects, and the second one was the archer tabs, and then this ever-growing system is now the magic tab. So each time I've tweaked it a bit and made it slightly more complex so I could achieve a better thing. My English is not good today. It is pretty late for me. Right, water. What is the other cool one? Never actually tried it out once I came up with the system I wanted. So this is back to direct. Yeah, so this is the like line casting. That should be far enough away. Dun dun. Wait for it. Wait for it. Coming eventually. I think. Yeah, there we go. I timed it so the person actually drowns. Just press buttons. Yeah, I'm like the opposite of that. I hate labeling, so because of that, I organize everything as much as possible so that I know I come here and then this is all of my advanced mobs. So, you know, affecting the attributes. I come here and I know this is all my tower defense system. Teleports, armor effects, passive abilities, armor summoning, item frame traps. Oh, I'm on a roll. Dynamic difficulty, daily events, equivalent exchange, curses, scoreboards, randomizer. This is where it probably drops off. I know this one's weapon enchants. This one is status effects. These ones are multi-block structures, but I need to look at them to know which one's which multi-block structure. Still though, 2 features to go, and then I just have to build, and the map is ready. Pretty exciting that I can play. I can actually have fun. It's kind of why I don't want to test things out too much. I want there to be some discovery for myself, because I've never actually played around with my like dragon head system for arrows, so I don't know how certain ones will combine together. Why does everyone keep calling it a spaceship? It's gonna be like a floating tower. It's RPG. I know it looks like a satellite or a space station. But look, if I like dig out the bottom and do like a crater, then I can make it into a tower, and you can start like at the bottom and make your way up. And that's the little tutorial, the tutorial section. I mean, the thing that won't help is obviously all this gets deleted, that gets deleted, this little offshoots get deleted, so it is just like straight up. It won't really have a shape, it's just what is it, four chunks. Hey, Sub-Zero. Glad you like the tower too. That's interesting, Mindstone. Yes, finally, Sub-Zero. Yes, it is a magical tower. Not a spaceship. I mean, stuff like this is pretty cool. I gave some thought to the building. But at the same time, I can't leave stuff like this, because then the player can just come here to do all the crafting. Well, I guess I could give them... lesser versions. I do. Nah. To be honest though, what was it, like Cyberpunk? No offense, Cyberpunk is like my least favorite genre when it comes to RPGs and stuff. Yeah, I do want to leave a lot of it exposed so people can see the work. Like even stuff like this where, you know, if I equip X, the redstone activates. I would like to just cover it in glass so the player can come here and they can... Well... Sorry. I didn't say I hated it, to be fair. I said it was my least favourite. Because obviously if you look at like Flesh and Blood, that's half of it's Cyberpunk. But I prefer medieval, is my cup of tea. But yeah, so I do think I'll leave a lot of this exposed, just with barrier blocks or something to prevent players damaging it. Or... Can you make blocks invulnerable? I know you can make item frames. And if so, is there a good way to select it? I guess I can open it in like MC World Edit or something, and just highlight the whole tower and make it invulnerable. There were a few other combinations I did want to test out. Now I have to look and see. So Death, this was Siphon. Alright, yeah. For those of you on YouTube, there is also Sub-Zero. He's on Twitch, and I need to start using names so you know. It probably sounds like mumbo jumbo. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I definitely want to make sure there's just a kill command running, so that no entities can spawn within the tower. So and also, it also helps because this chunk is always loaded. All these 4 chunks, so that the command blocks can run even if you're, say, in the nether or whatever. So just to run a kill command on these 4 chunks and make sure that no entities can spawn, or if they do, they automatically get deleted. And yeah, adventure mode is probably the safest bet. Just while you're within these 4 chunks, you're in adventure mode and you can explore, because I do want to have a lot of information here. I gotta say, polishing this and building the tutorial, I, for whatever reason, feel like it's gonna take me longer than it has to actually build everything, command block wise. But we'll have to see. I'm hoping it won't take too long. I would love to get this done by the end of January, because that's like the block of time I have the most spare time in. Lightning, or bolt. That was the other one I wanted to test out. Where's my blank book? We'll do channeling again. We'll do channeling. So AoE, bolt and frost. I didn't, thank God. I'm always scared that I did. Where is it? What one did I take out? It's in my hand, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Perfect. And I'd love to like do stuff like this where the player can see everything, but they can't actually access it. Just to like tease them. Empty mending, so it's first 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also like that you can quick craft, and it still does everything accordingly. Okay, so we are on AoE now. Look at Mindstone pumping my views. We have Lapis, perfect. So this will Frost and Lightning in an AoE around us. It's probably also the worst one to use, because if it hits us, shouldn't do too much damage. Yeah, it's also done the snowflake, little area effect clouds that should shrink every time they get used, but does not look like they are. Let's take a look-see. Oh. Right, because I have chill. That's what's giving me the perpetual slowness. Right, snowflakes are coming out of me. Yeah. Where is Bolt? Look at that, how lucky. Radius on use is 0.1. That seems way too small, actually. Yeah, on YouTube, Minecraft is definitely highly oversaturated. But I prefer YouTube as well. It just seems like Twitch is going further and further downhill. I think I will increase the radius, like 2.5, and then I'll make it decrease a lot quicker. So every time it's used, it decreases by half a block. Five. Lasts for a second, it gets reapplied straight away. That we also want to change. I think every 3 seconds, maybe? Ah, balancing. The fun part of making anything. I do also want to change the book type. We'll go back to fixed, since it's nice and easy to test spells with. Bolt. And Frost. Perfect. So we shouldn't get hit now, which is good. Means I can just watch the one area effect cloud. Shrinking. Right. I know what I did. Do I like that more? I obviously forgot to add the negative. So it's not shrinking, it's growing. Which I actually don't dislike. So the more people it infects, the larger it grows. I can't find it again, can I? Lock, bolt. There we go. The golem is taking all my punishment. He exists to simply be beat on. Essentially, if I name him Training Dummy, his AI is broken. So he just stands there, taking my punishment. We'll also increase the duration. So instead of 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Yeah. That's also why he has like a health bar. So any Iron Golem you name training dummy. Because I thought this was also just, like a standard RPG feature. So you can test out all your abilities. So anyone in the world can just summon an Iron Golem, grab a name tag, name them training dummy, and then they've got a nice little guinea pig. Doesn't move, doesn't get knocked back, can't be pushed because he's an Iron Golem. Okay, so it should start small but grow. Growing, but is it growing quick enough? Instead of half a block, I'd kind of like it to be more gradual. So we increase the reapplication time. This one. Nope. This one. Nope. This one. Perfect. Yeah, this one. You mean that in, like, the Asian sense? Like, what? Twix, I mean. Yeah, he's just staring off into the distance. Huh. Okay, so we still start at a small block. Still make it last 3 seconds, but we will cut down the application time. So it can just be constantly reapplied. So it should equal slightly higher. So in the time it can apply 6 times, it's now growing 0.6 instead of 0.5. Oh, right, the white particles. They're snowflakes. Okay? They're just snowflakes. These snowflakes. Same with these ones. Snowflakes. Okay? He's not doing anything. No? Not like he's covering himself. His arms aren't shaking. They are a bit dense. Anyway, that's not too bad. I wasn't really paying attention to how quickly it grows. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then the other one... the other one for Bolt should be Poison. This one. 2 for 2. Right, Poison, yep. I really need to clean my inventory. I should just make the books. I should just do this. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna get really confusing though. That one, that one. That one, that one. That one, that one. That one, that one. That one, and that one. Okay, and now I don't have to do this ever again because I can just grab another chest. But now I have to match them up. Direct is Infinity, Domain was Channeling, Self should be Silk Touch, Fixed is Mending, and Burst. Okay, so Fixed, need 2 name tags, Bolt, and Poison. And of course, Lapis. Always gotta have the Lapis. What does this one look like on one side? Yes, I have Swix. Yeah, if you want to join. Granted, it is very bare bones at the moment. By which I mean there's me and one other person. Where is the invite? Where are invites? I'm also new to Discord. How do I copy it? Okay. I'm like in the middle of updating everything to try and devote a bit more time to YouTube and everything. Upload defaults, there we go. How do I... What do you want? You're on YouTube. Let me pop into chat. That's another thing I need to do. Yes, so I am told. The bots are kind of overwhelming though. There we go. If you would like to join, you're more than welcome to. Pretty much a free-for-all, and it's bare bones. But I will slowly be doing it. Especially with like the map and everything. It'll be very useful to have, because it will also be the easiest way for me to like troubleshoot things or people to test and me to come into my world and fix it all up. He does have poison, right? He should have both poisons. Don't do a huge amount of damage. Oh, it's taking alright. He'll kill most mobs. Hmm. Where's my glass? Because yeah, so like the plan is just to put glass everywhere so you can still see. This one should probably be the quartz though. So like I can build a platform here. Because the same thing happens when you have the correct ranger equipment. Always shift. Right, yeah, so one gets lit up. So I can run fast. Although I'll probably have to use blocks instead of panes. Just because it joins with the redstone. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Pink. Don't ask me why I chose pink. Just looked the nicest with like the purple, I guess. And don't accidentally destroy any blocks. Always face them. Always face your back to them. Yeah, so if I do something like this, like then you can see who has what active. Essentially, I want a lot of the like command block workings to still be visible to anyone who... You know what? In saying that, I've just made it cyberpunk. By the simple fact that you can see the technical aspects. It is literally cyberpunk. Ugh. Okay, I guess cyberpunk's winning me over. But yeah, so like, because this is the hub. That's the main concept. Like the majority of this will be exposed, and that a player can come here by sacrificing blue shiny rocks, draw them out, get teleported to the little central area, and then you can look around. There'll be a bunch of buttons so you can click and you can see. So like all of these are the daily events that can trigger. So you can click on them all, and then you can read and have an understanding of what's going to happen. Well, I should probably make them a different color so people don't think they're the daily events that are actually happening. So in order to obviously make it look all nice, I want to cover it. So that's why I'll use glass panes, or I guess blocks in this case. I can't fill in here because that's where blocks get deleted. It'll have to be something like that. But that way you can see all the technical stuff happening. Because a lot of it, like pulses redstone. Granted, these ones are too quick for you to ever see. But like these toggleable ones will be pretty neat if you can just come to this little hub and then you can view. Again, I didn't say I hated Cyberpunk. It is just not my favorite. But yeah, so these will probably be. I'm like so scared. Just don't want to accidentally click something. Because then I have to find it and place it. It's going to be so annoying to build. And not delete stuff. But yeah, so like if you come here, you can see who's using what spells. So right now, you know, I've got basic spell, this is fixed, and then obviously poison and bolt. And you can tell they're active because you can see the redstone. And if they're not, you can see that no one's using spells, you can see that no one's using any of the range mechanics. I don't quite know why I left gaps, to be honest. If I did, I guess I'm just filling them in. It's actually kind of annoying to fill them in. Then I'd have to do glowstone so nothing spawns. But yeah, so I think that's a decent idea. I'm pretty sure I can get rid of these now. Because even like the toggleable stuff, for instance. If I toggle the mob multiplier, you can see down here it gets filled in. They're now active, and then that will place redstone and activate these blocks. Which then I guess I also need to then open up a lot of these. Oh, awesome, Mindstone. Glad you're experimenting with both. What'd you end up making? Out of curiosity. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's pretty decent too. 11 multi-block structures that do something. Well, I can't really call them multi-block. 11 additional structures to the game. Oh, cool. It's a different animal every time. A little weird Teletubby with the huge nose is kind of creepy though. Yeah. It's just, there you go. You can watch the sun. while I zap you. 1 minute. Your pigs are moving quickly like shifting the bow. Ah, cool, like a carnival game. Neat. Anyway, that's probably gonna be me. It is what? Almost 1 AM here. Ugh. Thank you all for hanging out and chatting with me. Always a pleasure. And Happy New Year. In... what was it? Be... 8 hours now? No, 2. It's been 2 or 3 hours. In 7 to 8 hours. Happy New Year. Oh, and also, anyone watching in post, thanks as well.